Now I want to talk about what's coming soon and what we have in the works. So in the really near term, we're adding external collaboration to Confluence Premium so that you can securely work with external clients and vendors and bring them into your Confluence site. Next, we have automation coming. If you're familiar with automation in Jira, it'll be very similar. We're actually partnering with the automation for Jira team to platformize that experience and keep it really consistent in Confluence. And further out, we're going to be building more bulk tools. So taking that bulk archive experience and adding in lots of other actions that you and your users might need. External collaboration is a huge win so that you can securely give partners the visibility that they need and bring them in to collaborate on your documents. As an admin, maybe right now you don't feel comfortable that you can add external users into your site without risking exposure to sensitive user or content information. That's why we built external collaboration. What it is a new user role where external clients and vendors can now be added, and you know that it's going to be secure. In this role, there's no default access, so external collaborators will only have access to spaces where they're explicitly added. And last, they won't have access to user information outside of the employees they already work with. We're blocking the people directory, user search, and other user pickers to ensure that your external clients and vendors never see sensitive user information. To make sure everyone is informed and professional around your external clients, we've also added UI markers and notifications in product so that anyone who's working in a space with external collaborators knows that they're there and just stays really professional in the things that they comment and the content that they add. Now on to automation. The problem we wanted to solve here was for Space Insight admins who get stuck working on lots of tedious and repetitive tasks in order to keep their projects in order. With new flexible if this then that rules, you can unlock thousands of options for automation on your Confluence site. And like I mentioned earlier, this is powered by the same engine as automation for Jira. So if you already know how to use the rules on Jira, it'll be really easy to get onboarded onto Confluence. Automation is a critical premium feature for both Confluence and Jira because it saves time for admins and end users who are doing repetitive tasks. It helps everyone to work smarter, and it allows your team to stay ahead of manual housekeeping to make sure that nothing slips through the cracks. So how does it work? Automation in both Confluence and Jira works with a simple if this then that format. First, you set a trigger like task completed. Then you set an action like by my space admin in the important client space. And then finally, you add an action like publish page and remove restrictions. So with a combination of trigger, condition, and action, you can automatically run lots of different tasks across your site. Let's take a look at some examples. Here you can see we've set the trigger to manual, and you can explore a condition maybe around a criteria like a user or belonging to certain user groups. Next, you'd want to set an action, maybe by adding an audit log event or notifying a user or group via email, or maybe you prefer to notify your users via Slack and other third parties. Whatever you want to set up, it's really simple to go in and add triggers, conditions, and actions. And there are lots of use cases that we've heard from customers that they'd like to use these automation rules for. Starting with basic workflows, we hear time and again that customers want to use automation to facilitate progress throughout the content lifecycle. So whether that's automating content statuses to create different actions on your site, or making sure that all of the right stakeholders stay notified when a page gets published, automation can help with that content lifecycle. In terms of content management, automation can help you to keep your space tidy and organized by auto-archiving old pages or getting rid of old page versions. We know that integration with Jira automation is a huge ask for customers, and that's coming very soon after our initial launch. And this way you can keep all of your spaces in sync with your projects, all of your pages, for documentation and sync with your Jira issues without the hassle of doing it manually. And last, you can automate reminders so that you never miss a task. You can automate reminders on incomplete tasks, or to remind you when a decision is coming up, or if you get tagged in a comment and you haven't replied yet. So these are the use cases that we've heard the most from Confluence customers, but that's not where it ends. And we'd love to hear more from you about how you'd like to use the flexible rules in Confluence automation.